Hey YouTube, I'm the Canadian Express. I'm going to be doing the deck profile of the deck I took to my locals, 64-bit Castle today. I wound up running Mecha Phantom Beast. This is the second week in a row that I ran this deck. I never got a chance to do a deck profile for it last week, so I thought it'd be a little bit better if I did it for this week. Last week I won the locals, and this week I made top 8 and lost in top 8 against Dino Rabbits. So let's just get started with the deck. We have, to start, 3 Mecha Phantom Beast Mega Raptors, the searcher of the deck. If you make a token, you can special summon our token once per turn, and you contribute a token to search your deck for any Mecha Phantom Beast monster and add it to your hand. Plus, all the Mecha Phantom Beasts, except for the tuner, have the effect that they all gain 3 levels for each Mecha Phantom Beast token on the field, and if they can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects while you have a Mecha Phantom Beast token. So, 3 of those. We also have 3 Mecha Phantom Beast Tetherwolf. When you normal summon it, you can special summon a token for just straight from the normal summon, and when it battles during the damage step, you contribute a token to increase its attack by 800. This card's kind of overwhelming. There's very few times where it'll ever be 2500. In fact, most of the time I was using it for its normal summon, and it was a really good normal summon when it went off, so I just used it for, to make one really quick token. 3 of those. Now the 2 of us, we have 2 Hamstrats. When flip face up, you special summon 2 tokens. And and once per turn, you contribute a token to special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast monster from your graveyard. Now that's any level, so you can bring out the rank 7 and the level 7 synchro with this guy. So he definitely is not bad, 1600 defense. If you already have a token face up on the field when they attack him, he can't be destroyed by battle, so you'll get an extra 2 tokens and be able to tribute right away. I'm also running 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Black Falcon. He's one of the easiest ways to get the tokens on the field. Whenever he declares an attack, you can special summon a token, and then you can tribute a token during either player's turn to switch a monster on your opponent's side of the field into face-up defense position. So that's a really good effect. I think he's amazing. I don't think he's good at 3 though. You only need 1 or 2. I might even cut it down to 1, I've been thinking. But it really helps because a lot of the times that you lose, it's because you couldn't get your engine going, you couldn't get the tokens going. We also have 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Colt Wing. Whenever you special summoned, while you have our Mecha Phantom Beast monster, you can special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, and once per turn you contribute 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens to select 1 card on your opponent's side of the field, destroy it, and banish it. So it's a lot like Bottomless Trap Hole in that sense, so your opponent can still like Stardust to negate it, and save it with cards like Battle Boxer Lead Yoke, but it does just remove the monster from play, or the spell and trap, so that can be a pretty big deal. We also have 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Harry Liard. It's a really dumb name. 1800 attack. Whenever a token is tributed, or Mecha Phantom Beast monster in general is tributed on your side of the field, except for with his own effect, you can special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token once per turn, and also you contribute a Mecha Phantom Beast token once per turn to special summon a monster from your hand. So he's really good with the tuner. He's also really good with the Colt Wing. So you can just tribute a token to special summon Colt Wing. That brings out 2 tokens right there, and then you tribute both the tokens to banish and destroy one of your opponent's cards. So Harry Liard makes an extra token, and now you have 2 level 7 monsters on the field, so you can go off. So that was a nice combo. I never got that to go off, unfortunately, so I don't really rely on that. But he's a good extra addition. He's also a beater, so that's nice. We have the 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Warblerin. He's the tuner of the deck. He doesn't gain levels for the Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, but he still can't be destroyed by battle or card effects while you have a token. His 2 effects are, if you use him to synchro a machine type synchro monster, you can special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast token, and also once per turn you contribute a Mecha Phantom Beast monster to increase his level by 1. That you'd only use if you needed to get around level modifying, like you have 2 tokens on the field, so you can't make your level 7 exceeds, or your rank 7 exceeds, sorry. So Mecha Phantom Beast Warburn gets rid of 1 of them, and all of a sudden you can start making your Dragos X. And lastly, we have, for the hand traps, 3 Max Cs. They're really good, they're Max Cs. I'll show you why I don't run Valor in a minute. But onto the spells. We have 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, just a common staple. I don't know if it was the best deck choice, simply because of the fact that a lot of these guys can't be destroyed while you have a token. But it's not easy getting the tokens on the field, so the Mystical Space Typhoons weren't bad. I might drop it down to 2, I haven't decided yet. 2 creature swaps. You swap the tokens and you take bigger stuff. It's one of those cards you'll side out against any deck that can swarm, like 3-axis. But until then, it was pretty good. I definitely think it helped out a lot with some of my matchups. I won a lot of games. And you can poke a really good chunk of damage to your opponent with this card. 1 Transmodify. I'm going to be upping it to 2. It was an MVP of the deck. The whole idea of it is you transmodify one of the tokens to bring out Colt Wing, and because you probably already have a Mecha Phantom Beast on the field from however you got the token, your Colt Wing will now special summon 2 tokens. So you wind up getting a nice +1 then if you use both the tokens to destroy and banish a card in your opponent's out of the field. You got really huge plays. So yeah, tribute the tokens to make any of your Mecha Phantom Beasts, but Colt Wing was the most popular. And also, even though it wouldn't come up right now, if I decide to play this deck again, which I probably will be, I could always transmodify one of my level 4 Mecha Phantom Beast monsters into a Spell Canceller, just in case Prophecies still are kind of competitive. So maybe I'll side Spell Cancellers and transmodify into them. But what will I be taking out for the transmodify? It's my 1 Scramble Scramble. Very underwhelming card. I was really excited for it. The idea is you tribute all your non-tokens, or all your tokens if your opponent has more monsters than you have non-token monsters. And then special summon from your deck Mecha Phantom Beast monsters. The thing is, it rarely went off. There's rarely a time where my opponent had more monsters than I had non-token monsters. And when they did, I usually didn't have 8 tokens. If I did, I might have had 1. But in which case, it's, it's a -1 technically, because you're losing a monster, you're gaining a monster, and you're losing Scramble Scramble. So it wasn't great. So I'm probably going to be taking that out for Transmodify. I also have Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, and Limiter Removal. Common Stables. I'm probably also going to add a Fiend Sanctuary to the deck. Just because of the fact that I was playing Fires of Doomsday, but you can't special summon anything other than Dark Monsters the turn you activate Fires of Doomsday, so you can't take advantage of using Mega Raptor's effect to gain a token. So that kind of sucks. Plus they're not Mecha Phantom Beast tokens, so you can't do all the neat tricks, like for example they won't gain the levels, and which is unfortunate. But onto the traps. We got 2 Mirror Force, 2 Breakthrough Skills, 2 Torrential Tributes, 2 Aerial Recharge, and 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device. Now what the Aerial Recharges do is you can tribute, or once per turn, you can special summon a token, and during the end phase you have to tribute a Mecha Phantom Beast monster or send this card to the graveyard. So the idea of it is if your opponent MSTs, you can chain the Aerial Recharge, make a free token, and if you have a Mecha Phantom Beast Mega Raptor on the field, you can make a token, and the Mega Raptor will make another token, and then you contribute one of the 2 tokens at the end of the turn. Let's move on to the extra deck, though. So for Synchros, I have, because I have the 1-star tuner, I have Underworld Fighter Balmung. He's level 4. The idea of it is you tune the Warblerin with one of the tokens, and you make him. And if your opponent does anything to him by destroying him by battle or card effect and send him to the graveyard, you special summon a Colt Wing from your graveyard to get 2 more tokens, or any level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Colt Wing's the most common though. We also got Stardust Dragon, level 8 staple, Scrap Dragon, level 8 staple, Crimson Blader, I consider level 8 staple at these points. For level 7, we have Mecha Phantom Beast Conqueruda. He is the level 7 Machine Synchro, generic. Your tokens can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And if he's destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you contribute all your tokens to special summon a level 4 or lower Mecha Phantom Beast monster and special summon it. Now, this is awesome because the Mecha Phantom Beast can't be destroyed while you have tokens, and now your tokens can't be destroyed while you have him. So he is the only card on your field that can be destroyed. And on top of that, he's level 7, so you can make some nice level 7 Xyz plays. And my last synchro, I have 1 Angel of Zera. The reason is I side Macrocosmos, so when I make the level 8 synchro, I can just have the infinite monster recursion until they compulse. So that's the synchros. I was borrowing the Dragosax today, so these would be the 2 Mega Phantom Beast Dragosax. Unfortunately, I don't own my own. I'll be looking at trying to get them here soon. But yes, they're a great addition to the deck. Anytime you can make them, you do, and you win from there. 1 number 11 Big Eye, another level 7 synchro, or Xyz, and number 74 Master of Blades. There's level 7 Xyz. For level 4s, you don't go into level 4 that often, so I still had Lightning Chidori and Maestroke the Symphony Djinn, just because Lightning Chidori is really good, and I think Maestroke's a really great card if you need to go into it. So there's those. And then I also have Photon Strike Bouncer for level 6, number 9 Dyson Sphere for level 9, and Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max for level 10, or rank 10. So that way, there has been games I've won with Gustav Max because you have 2 tokens along with 2 of your level 4s, and you just exceed into Gustav when they're really low on life. It's really good to have in the deck. Lastly, going over the extra or side deck, we have 2 Thunder King Ryos, 2 Mecha Phantom Beast Stealth Rays, 1 Obelisk the Tormentor, 1 Vanity's Fiend for the monsters, and for traps we have 3 Macrocosmos, 2 Mind Crush, 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors, and 2 Bottomless Trap Holes. As far as the extra deck is concerned, as far as the side deck is concerned, I'm not quite sure what I'll be changing around. I imagine Fire Fist are going to be a big deck along with Evil Swarms going into the next format, and I'm not 100% sure what their weakness is. I mean, 3 axes, you can max C them, and Deck Devastation fires them, but I can't really consistently bring out a Deck Devastation target, aside from Vanity's Fiend or the Big Eye. And then a Spellbook's pickup, like I said, I'll probably be putting in a Spell Counselor somewhere. The Stealth Rays are really good against any kind of stun deck, so I was enjoying those. And for the most part, yeah, it's really generic side deck, not a lot of thought put into it. I'll probably be, honestly, putting in Goes in Matches or Rivalry of Warlords. The problem is it doesn't hit Fire Fists that well. But yeah, that was the deck profile for today. Like I said, I made it all the way to top 8, and I wound up losing in top 8 to Macro Rabbits. But I really am enjoying the deck. I'm going to be doing a few minor changes. Thanks a lot, YouTube, for tuning in. I'm the Canadian Express, signing out.